Hi, everybody. How are you today? It's Rev Jen with another paranormal experience short story. This one is it's up there with one of my favorites. Back in 2021, at the museum, our boiler broke down, and we found out that it could not be fixed, so we have to order another one. Now, because of the pandemic and everything that we went through, it wasn't that easy to get a new boiler. You didn't call up and say, we need a boiler, buy it, and it come the next day. No. It took several weeks for us to get a new boiler. And this is during the month of November. So I worked, it was about 5 weeks, and I worked all those weeks freezing. Museum, I was all bundled up, sweatshirts, sweatpants, my jacket, scarves, gloves, 2 hats, because I had to go to work. As time progressed, the director, said, told the employees that they did not have to go to work. The volunteers did not have to go to work. By the end, it was just 2 people really working at the museum. It was me and Emily, the director of operations. And we were not happy at all. But what can you do? And we were getting paid. And the museum had to be run. So, we came to work. We did what we have to do, complain to each other how freezing it was, and do our job and leave. Could not wait to leave. So one day I was told by the director of the museum that Emily was going to come in and do a tour and then leave. The tours we had booked during the week, we told them, we had to cancel and we could reschedule. Most people rescheduled, but there were other people that did not want to reschedule. They said, no, we'll come in, we'll keep our coats on, but we want to have the tour. Couldn't argue with them. They pay for the tours. So we did what we had to do. And one day, so the director said to me, Emily's going to be in, give the tour, and leave. And I'm like, okay. I wasn't thrilled that she's going to come in and leave, but yet I have to stay. But it is what it is. So I'm in the basement, going up the steps. When I worked there, I always had to have my phone near me, because either I was getting calls, I was getting emails from the plumbers, electricians, exterminators. Anybody that had come to the house for whatever reason, I was the contact person, because I was there working at the museum when it was closed. So I'm climbing up the steps and reading my emails, and I hear footsteps, on top of me. I said, oh, Emily's here. So I'm climbing up, like, good morning, Emily. I didn't get an answer. I'm thinking, well, she didn't hear me. So I'm in the hallway now, and I'm yelling out, good morning, Emily. I could still hear the footsteps, just going to her office on the 3rd floor. And no answer. So I go to the steps, and I look up. I don't see her. And I'm thinking, oh, she usually had her earphones on. And I never knew when I would talk to her. So I realized, oh, she had her earphones on, or earpods, whatever you call them. And she went to her office. So meantime, I'm going up the steps. Now I know she could have the door open to her office, so she can hear me. I'm saying, good morning, Emily. Nothing. I'm thinking, at this point, she also had, her headphones on, and she has to hear me. Then I'm thinking, well, maybe she's upset with me about something. Because you never know at work. So I go up to the third floor, and going straight into her office, I go through the director's office, which is the passageway to go into her office, and I'm yelling, "Good morning, Emily." At this point, I'm annoyed. I'm thinking, why is she mad at me? And I go through the passageway, and I'm yelling, "Good morning, Emily." And I look into her office. She was not there. I was alone in the house by myself. All alone. And I'm like, I heard those footsteps loud and clear. So what do? I call the director. 1,000 words a minute. This is what I experienced. And she's like, "Jenny, calm down, calm down." I was talking so fast. And I'm like, "You don't understand." She says, "Jenny, I believe you. I believe you." Okay. And she says to me, "What time is it?" And I'm like, "What time is it? What kind of question is that? Why she's asking me?" So I look. I said, it's 10:15 in the morning. What does it have to do with anything? She says, "Jenny, Emily is not due until 11 a.m. And I went, "Oh, that's right." I said, okay. I will go back to work now. And I'll talk to you later." And I hung up. Because I was like, where do you go from there? To truly believe me when I did experience it, because she knows I experienced other things in the past. So I'm like, okay. I went back to work. What else can I do? Somebody went upstairs. So I go back to work. Time goes by. Now I'm in the modern kitchen. I was washing a vase, if I remember correctly. And I hear above me, I hear steps walking across the hallway and going up the staircase. Heard them loud and clear. I said to myself, I am not going to go through that again. Nope, nope, nope. If it is Emily, she knows where to find me if she needs me. I'm staying right here, continuing my job. So what happens? Curiosity got the best of me. I looked at my watch. My cell phone. It was after 11. So it had to be Emily that arrived. But I wasn't sure. Maybe it wasn't her. Maybe she hadn't arrived yet. Maybe it was the same spirit or another spirit climbing up the steps. So I decided to find out for myself. I went upstairs very quietly, almost like I was sneaking around the house. I climbed up the steps, up to the third floor. I went through the director's office, into the passageway, very quietly, and I looked in, and there was Emily. I said, "Good morning, Emily." She said, "Oh, good morning, Jenny." And we started talking about what we had to do during the day. Okay. The day progressed. She gave a tour. I remember that particular day we were discussing, a brick was missing in the house. I know, weird thing to discuss. But there was a brick that we normally use, and it was missing, and we couldn't find it. I said, well, I'll look for it and see if I find it anywhere. And after she gave the tour and everything else, we were standing in the parlor. Now, at that point, to the end of November, we were getting ready for the Christmas show that we always did, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So we had the parlor prepared with all the chairs, for visitors to come in and sit down in the parlor and enjoy the show. Even though we didn't have a boiler yet, but you can't cancel, reservations, especially for a show that important at the museum. So we're standing in the parlor, and we're discussing the brick. And I did find the brick. I told her we were discussing it. And I said to her, I need to tell you something. I got very serious. So then she got really serious. She says, okay. And we're both standing. And when it comes to Emily, she's a skeptic, which you always need skeptic people around you, because not everything is always paranormal when you experience something. But she was very good at being a skeptic, and she always had an answer, possible answer for anything that happened at the museum. Now, in the past, when I experienced things and I would tell her, there was always an explanation from her. So I stopped sharing with her. Because not everything that happened to me, most of the stuff that happened to me was paranormal. But she doesn't believe in that, and I respect her for that. So we're standing there, and I told her what I experienced. And she's looking at me with her big eyes. She has beautiful big eyes. And I'm waiting for her to say something. And she says to me, is that why you didn't say good morning to me? And I looked at her and I said, yes, that's why. She said, okay. That was the end of the discussion. It was never brought up again. Never discussed it with her. Nothing. And the thing is, for 10 years, I would always say good morning to Emily. The minute she walked in through that door, good morning, Emily. Good morning, Jenny. For 10 years straight. And that particular morning, when she walked in, there was nothing. She didn't hear me. She didn't see me. She knew I was in the museum. But no good morning. And it's interesting. All this time after that happened like in November. Or I think maybe early December, first week in December of 2021. And it was never discussed. Now, she brought it up to the director. I don't know. I have no idea. But it is one of my favorite stories. Because when you hear those footsteps so loud and clearly, and you expected somebody to be arriving, What would you think? So that is my short ghost story for today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.